The Heartland Trophy stays in Iowa City as the Hawks get a 24-10 win over Wisconsin, shutting the Badgers out in the second half, Ross. That's huge. It's absolutely huge.
I was just saying bye to our friend Ken Payne there, so I apologize for that. Man, that was an awesome defensive performance, Travis. This defense is something special. We've said it a lot of times this year. We even said it after the 54-point performance against Ohio State that was an unfortunate scar on the resume because it wasn't that bad of a defensive performance. It didn't look like a 54-point defensive performance. It's almost beyond words, man. I mean, this is super. It's incredible how often they force turnovers, how seldomly they give up a long sustained drive, or even really how seldomly they give up a big play at the wrong time. There have been occasions for how great this defense has been. There have been occasions where they haven't been real great on stopping teams on third down. But, man, you get inside the red zone, this team becomes a brick wall.
You know, it's interesting. I told you before the game started, the team that had the most rushing yards would win this game, right? Iowa with 52 rushing yards, Wisconsin with 51 rushing yards.
Oh, stop.
So my prediction, ladies and gentlemen, turns out to be absolutely correct, thanks to that last 3rd down and 6 run by Gavin Williams, I believe it was. In all sincerity, listen, we're going to get – and I fully – if I'm going to be wrong, I want to be wrong in this way, right? And we're going to get a lot of people who jump on Sound Off tonight going, you guys were calling for a change earlier. This is why you don't know what you're talking about. Fine. If I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm perfectly okay with that because this defense and the special teams are why this team is being in the position that it is, and we'll get into that Big Ten West division title, but the offense still only put up 146 yards of total offense. 146 yards of total offense. Wisconsin had 227 yards of total offense. I mean, there's still problems on offense, right? But if you win 2 of the 3 phases of the game, you can win the football game. And when you get a pick 6, that makes things a lot easier.
Trav, 2 things you said there that just they make me smile in bewilderment. Not smile with like pride and joy. Smile with like, what a weird universe we live in. 146 yards of total offense over 4 quarters of football in a game that you had in hand most of the game. That's wild. That's wild. The other one, Travis, that's bewildering is when you say the thing that the reality that is set in all day today as Illinois lost. Iowa is in the driver's seat to win the Big Ten West, dude. What?
Ironically, I'm going to be in Indianapolis for the Big Ten title game. So now, selfishly, I really want them to be there now. Ryan says, got to give you guys a hard time. Do you see those players and coaches with the trophy? Trophy games add another element. Hold on. It wasn't the trophy game that added another element. It's that they've won 3 in a row now, and they're in the driver's seat for the Big Ten West Division title. They just got to dance around with the trophy. And by the way, I didn't know this, but they were trolling Wisconsin. They started playing jump around in the stadium. That's like Stanford-level trolling, according to Drew. I'll give him that.
That is very good trolling. Yes. Ryan, real quick, and I know I like that you're giving us a hard time with that. They're obviously excited about winning the football game, and they're excited about winning a trophy. As we've talked about, it's better to win them than to lose them, right? It's better to have them than to not have them.
Yes.
Here's what I think is happening, and we're going to talk about this a lot tonight too, because we're going to be on the receiving end of it, and again, rightfully so, and luckily, because it means our favorite team is winning. This team is given a middle finger. This team has decided to collectively rally in that undefeated tactic of us versus them. We, Travis, are the them in this situation. The team has decided, because David Eichel was the one, he tweeted out that Torrey Taylor walked past him and winked and smiled and said, you guys gave up on us a couple weeks ago. You guys were ready to bury us a couple of weeks ago. And now look at this. John Miller tweeted out, said, I think this team is taking on a collective middle finger attitude. And I think he's right. I think that's probably a good thing. And with this defense, they can win these next 2.
I don't disagree with you. Well, the truth is, I think we always knew with this defense, and I think we're pretty consistent over the course of time that with this defense, it could at least be in or win any game, right? And tonight, the difference is this offense is helping them even, you get a pick 6, But when they're setting up with good field position, Iowa was able to capitalize, get a touchdown tonight, get a couple of field goals. That they were able to score points, right? And that's the difference. I think we've been really consistent over the beginning of the year saying, listen, this defense will keep it in any game, and they can win any game with this defense. Am I wrong by saying that we've been consistent that way?
Yeah, we have been, and again, the conversation that we're going to have throughout the night tonight, if you go back to our very first sound off of the week of the year against South Dakota State, the next week against Iowa State, and then Nevada, we had people calling in, or I'm sorry, maybe the other way around. We had people calling in each one of those weeks saying this offense is not enough. We're relying way too much on the defense. This offense is not enough to do the things we want it to do. And I think that has proven out to be true as the year has gone on, and it's still true. I would back away and say, oh yeah, I'm really happy they're winning, obviously, and I'm backing away from the stuff of massive change needs to happen. I never thought that there was a magic fix, all of that, but this is this offense has got to do more if they're going to be able to compete. Because Travis, right now, I do think we're looking at the barrel of taking advantage of you being in Indianapolis in December.
I know. Ned says, you two are brilliant. Set yourselves up on Monday to be right, win or lose. I guess I don't know how to take that.
He said we're brilliant. That's what.
Yeah. All I hear Ned saying is that you and I are brilliant. Right?
Ned, couldn't agree more. Sir.
Ned Niedermeyer? David says, defensive special teams were awesome tonight. Yeah, and he's right. You can't go wrong with it. You just can't. I mean, Cooper DeJean, both defensively and on special teams. Who needs Charlie Jones? You don't.
Okay.
No, but he had two really good punt returns tonight. Tremendous on defense.
Listen, what did I say to you about that third punt return? I turned to you and I said, what? When this kid has will you give him about 20 more punt returns? Yep. One's going to the house. He's got that. He certainly has that Charlie Jones thing about him.
Oh, dang. I got it wrong. It's Ned Ryerson, not Niedermeyer. Wait, which one is Niedermeyer? No, Niedermeyer was Animal House. Niedermeyer, dead.
Yeah.
Sorry, Drew. Thanks for the correction. You got me there. I got to admit I was wrong. But you're right. Ned Ryerson was Groundhog Day, and Niedermeyer, and his name wasn't even Ned. I don't think Niedermeyer was from Animal House. See, we admit when we're wrong. We admit our faults and shortcomings. Iowa is now bowl eligible. Iowa now essentially in the driver's seat. Illinois technically controls its own destiny, right? I mean, because both Iowa and Illinois have 3 losses. Illinois has the tiebreaker against Iowa, but Illinois has to play Michigan, and Iowa has Minnesota and Nebraska left.
Illinois has Michigan and Northwestern, I think. Yeah. And I do believe after losing today that one loss will knock them below the Hawks. That's the way, because I haven't looked at the standings yet to kind of verify that, but I'm just kind of going off our memory of what we've been talking about these last couple of weeks. It feels like that's the way that's set up, right?
Yeah. John says, a few weeks ago we were talking about this team even being bowl eligible, so a nice turnaround for the Hawks. Oh, exactly right.
John, when I left that Michigan game, I knew that was the conversation we were going to be having, because you got Ohio State looming. I knew we would have that bowl eligible conversation. Obviously there, and with this defense looking like we're going to be in a really good position here in the Big Ten West coming down to these final 2 weeks.
All right, 24-10, your final score. Iowa now 6-4 overall. You have 2 games left, right? You got Minnesota.
Well, at least 3 now because of the bowl.
Yes.
But possibly 4 if we end up in that Big Ten title game.
Yeah. So here we go. We got the Jethro's Barbecue Sound Out starting in about 45 minutes on News Radio 1040 WHO. He's Ross Peterson. I'm Travis Justice. We're on until 10 o'clock tonight, so we look forward to hearing from you at 284-1040.